Divine revelation to Sister Marzena. God's promise of grace to all who read this. God revealed himself to the Polish nun, Sister Marzena, Katarzyna Nowak, 1897 to 1971, originally from Wrocław, a city in southwestern Poland. Sister Marzena, a devoted and ardent supporter of divine mercy, had an extraordinary mystical experience during which she claimed to have received a divine revelation. Not only did the Lord speak to her, but the Virgin Mary also conveyed several messages, often meant to guide other souls rather than herself. God made a promise to this Polish nun that anyone who reads these messages will receive extraordinary, unimaginable, and miraculous graces. Particularly moving is the description of heaven dove that emerges in one of these messages. It is important to listen to them and share them, as they represent a true expression of divine love. This is the message from God the Father to Sister Marzena, and whoever reads it will receive a special grace. Here is the magnificent message that God entrusted to Sister Marzena. I am who I am. I have always been, I am, and I will always be. I have neither beginning nor end. I am the living God, the one true God who has existed forever, who never had a beginning and will never know an end. If I did not possess these qualities, I would not be God. I would be something that is born and then perishes. But everything I have created is destined to last, just as I myself am. I created this world because I exist, and it will continue to exist as I continue to exist. Everything that has been created is beauty because I am the God who is love, the God of beauty. I am pleased when I am called the God of love, because love is my essence. Whoever wishes to understand the meaning of the words "I am who I am" must meditate on love. Love has always been, is, and will be, just like me, without beginning and without end. Love seems to arise spontaneously. An example: two people who have never met before, upon their first meeting, feel a deep connection, even though they cannot explain what it is. If this love is pure, noble, and true, it will persist and never die. It lives here on earth and will not extinguish, its flame will burn for eternity. Everything that exists on earth is love. Whoever seeks love, whoever lives in me, if they are deeply united with me, is love, and will be with me for eternity. They will not die because love does not die. I am love. This is why I exist from myself. I created myself. I have neither beginning nor end because love does not perish. The human soul is like a reflection of myself. All the souls that are and will be have already been created in the mind of the Holy Trinity. Just as I exist from myself, so the soul comes from us. Through me, it is immortal, without end. Just as I exist without a beginning, so the soul has existed, exists, and will continue to exist forever. The soul is clothed in a body, which is made of nothing. I create from nothing to show everyone that the body is transitory. If it were not for original sin, the body would be different, ethereal, transparent, not this coarse matter. Sin has made this matter dense and heavy. It is like a penitential burden that the soul must bear and continuously purify until it reaches union with me, transforming the body here on earth into what it will be after the resurrection. Man alone can do nothing, except through our grace. Sacrifice, suffering, and redemption were necessary to restore him. Through this condition, man exalts himself. If he accepts grace, he receives divine sonship, participates in the perfection of God, in his holiness, and remains in him forever. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Everything finds its fulfillment in me. I am immortal, I do not die, and the soul does not die. A soul in sanctifying grace is part of us and the entire Holy Trinity. I am who I am. I am the Almighty God, the all-seeing God, the all-knowing God, the God of love, the God of eternal happiness. The soul that is in heaven, and even that soul which already lives here on earth, as mentioned before, that lives in blessed contemplation, in constant union, that already carries its heaven here on earth, receives our attributes. It is omnipotent with our omnipotence, sees everything with our vision, knows everything with our knowledge. It is love in our love, and shares our happiness. What does it mean that the soul is omnipotent with the omnipotence of God? It means that the soul, through sanctifying grace, receives our attributes according to the degree of its perfection, participating in our fullness. For example, when it prays, it embraces the entire universe with our omnipotence. In prayer, it has the ability to move through the world, in heaven, in purgatory, and even in hell, because our presence is there too. And so it is present everywhere. The more the soul delves into our perfections, the more it participates in these perfections and becomes the power of our power, asking for abundant graces for the entire world, for the militant church, and for the suffering church. It goes everywhere to offer help, through our support.